Welcome back to Mike Drop Sports, and we are here on a Monday. Yeah, I believe Monday. Yeah, hey Monday. Yes, I was going to do another show last night, but I'm like, oh my lord, I just couldn't do it. After our basketball game, it was like, yeah, nah, wasn't happening. But hey, we did an early show yesterday. We're back here today. Make sure you're double tapping that screen, hitting that like button, sending us out into that YouTube algorithm, sharing the show. Make sure you are subscribing if you're not already. And again, we are going to dive into some football talk here. We'll talk a little bit about the officiating yesterday in that AFC Championship game, which I feel was like quite disturbing. I made a video about it earlier, got some backlash from some people. Of course, they're going to be Chiefs fans, saying, if the shoe was on the other foot, I wouldn't be saying those types of things about the officiating. However, you all that watch this channel on a regular, continual basis, you know my feelings on NFL officiating. And even when it has benefited the Steelers in a win, I have said it's horrible. And I don't agree with how this officiating is going on. And it makes you wonder sometimes, no matter how good your football team is, and if it doesn't fit the NFL narrative or if it doesn't fit their storyline in order for them to make a bunch of money off of it, does it really matter? Honestly, it's really putting that kind of doubt into fans, and I can't blame anybody. I really can't. And you get all these podcast hosts out there that say we're all crazy, that it makes no sense. We don't know what we're looking at. We don't know what we're watching. But when I take myself out of my fan mode and I'm looking at a football game yesterday with the Chiefs and the Bills, and I look at some of the calls that are made, I don't have a dog in that fight. I could care less who wins that football game. Don't care. Does not matter to me one little bit. But what can I tell? I can tell that the game is swayed in certain directions through bad officiating. Either bad officiating or it's absolutely fucking purposeful. Those are the only two options that there are with this officiating. It's either really, really bad or it's purposeful. One of the two. And again, I have no dog in that fight. I could have cared less who went to the Super Bowl. I don't care. It did not matter to me one bit. But when I watch 2 first downs being achieved, back-to-back plays, and then all of a sudden they're not, which sways the momentum in a football game in a major, massive way. A change of possession like that is a turnover. That change of possession changed that ball game and its complexity massively. And that's how easy it is, my friends, to manipulate a game as an official. That's how simple it is to manipulate a game and its outcome. Now, would the Bills have won that game if they would have did that? I don't know. And I'm not saying I know. But boy, would it have been nice to see you giving them the call that they deserved and then seeing how it all played out. Patrick Mahomes, phenomenal. The Chiefs team, phenomenal. I understand that. I give them credit for it. But my Lord, my friends, it's not good. What's up, Miss P? What's up, Inger? What's up, DJ? DJ, I was listening to a show earlier, and I heard your name on there, bro. What was that show? I can't even remember what the hell it was. I think it was with Noah's show. All Steelers talk. I think you got a question answered. I was doing some stuff down in the storeroom earlier and putting away and boxing up different things, and I was listening to just some shows, and I saw, I heard. I can't remember what the question was, though. Oh, did you ask, what did you ask? Shit. Was it about drafting for need or drafting for positional need or best player available? I didn't agree with Noah's answer on that one, but I did remember it. So congratulations, man. You're out there and about, man. You're a real fan, DJ. I appreciate you, man. What's up, Froggy Insider? Can you shit on Mike Tomlin challenge winner? Yeah, I could shit on him every day, man. Yeah, it's not a conspiracy theory, Froggy. It's the truth. It's the absolute truth. What's up, Za Curry? We can only hope the rumors are true about Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson reuniting. Yeah, we're going to dive into a lot of that Steelers talk here tonight, guys. There's some things that I believe need talked about concerning Art Rooney, the ownership there. Talking to really, honestly, really nothing huge and massive, which makes you feel like what? that things are not going to change. He even said out of his mouth he expects there to be some changes, but they're going to be very minor, minimal changes inside of the coaching staff. Also, he talked about George Pickens and how he needs to take a next step in growth. That probably was the biggest story that I took out of Art's comments, were that George has to grow. Makes you just wonder, guys, what's going on inside of that locker room. What's up? Another Wombat in the house. What's up, my friend? All right, guys, double tap that screen, hit that like button, send us out into that YouTube algorithm. We truly, truly appreciate it. We are talking football each and every day here on Mic Drop Sports. As always, my friends, we are going to answer your comments, questions, and concerns as we are early inside of the show, so we are just easing our way into it. Again, last night, that officiating was absolute dog shit. It was horrible. It needed to be... Man, they need to be in jail. Honestly, my friends, the amount of money that's put on those games, the amount of gambling that's involved in the NFL at this point in time, to have any question about NFL officiating and its intentions and what their calls are doing and driving the game narrative, there should be none. There should be none. There is too much money on the line. That's why I don't bet on football. I do not. I do not bet on football. I probably should, though. I'm pretty good. But I shouldn't bet on it because it'd make me mad if I'd lose because of a ref. Mike Tomlin should be our DC because Zach Orr sucks. You could have him. Zach Curry, what do you think can be done to put the refs in check? What do I think could be done to put the refs in check is, first of all, they got to be made full-time. That is something that's plagued the NFL for 100 years here, man. It just doesn't make any sense, to have referees that aren't full-time with the amount of money that's involved in this situation. It makes zero sense. They should not have other jobs. Officiating should be their job. The NFL has the funds to make sure that happens and to constantly have them training. Even in the offseason, they should be out there going through drills, going through scenarios, watching tape, really, really focused each and every day, 9-to-5 job on officiating. That's the first step that you can take. And the second step is some way to keep them honest, some sort of governing body that isn't the NFL, that is an outside source that makes sure that these referees are honest and not manipulated in any which way to drive any sort of narrative, just to be honest. And I know some people won't get on board with that. Some people say I'm crazy. There needs to be some sort of sanctioning body that really, really monitors them. And I'm not talking a officiating body that monitors referees from the NFL level to the youth level. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a sanctioning body that deals with the NFL referees only. Not the NFL. Nothing to do with the NFL, just some outside source. I think that could start to clean it up a little bit. And then I really think they need to bring in more and more technology. The cameras, everything. Some sort of way to have something inside of the football, which could be some sort of paint, something on the ball, anything that will register when it goes across the certain line, measure it with lasers, something. There's technology out there that this can be done to where when the ball breaks the plane, it sounds a buzzer or something. Something in the referee's ear, something where the fans can hear it. That might make it exciting, man. Bam! Across the stadium, hey, first down. Something cool like that, maybe. Do something fun with it. But make that happen. There's the technology out there. I don't know what that technology may be, but there's something out there that somebody could think something up. And again, I think those three things that I named there could possibly bring it into another level and hopefully make it a lot better. That's just my thoughts. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. Roger Yell wants this to happen so nothing can stop. It makes you wonder. It does. Yeah, Dr. Phil, I am. What's up? Shout out from Toronto. Thank you, Craig. What's up, man? Shout you out there, my friend. Craig Gutierrez in the chat. Dre Mack, you don't sound crazy. I know what you mean. Thank you. Zach Curry, a microchip in the ball. Yes, and the only reason I didn't say microchip, why I fell short of saying microchip. Do you remember years ago, or not even years ago, here in recent past, people saying that the ball had a chip in it, to where when it's kicked, it is manipulated and things of that nature to cause those types of things, problems. So I don't know if a microchip is the right way, but I think there are already microchips inside of the ball. Anyway, so there may be to measure other things, and I don't know what those may be. I have never dove into that, so I couldn't be 1000% accurate and truthful with you about my assessment of that. What's inside of it, I don't know. But which I need to do that. I need to dive into it. I want to know. I don't know if there's any real literature out there that'll tell you. But man, I think that that could really make a big difference. You should be able to challenge a penalty, challenge a no call, and have unlimited challenges. I don't agree with unlimited challenges, but I agree with you should be able to challenge a penalty, and I agree you should be able to challenge a no call. I agree with that. I think you should be able to do those two things. But I think if you had unlimited challenges, that makes the game to where it's just going to literally be challenges the whole damn time. You're going to have teams of people up in the booth literally sitting there analyzing every single play. The second and there will be challenge flag. It'll make the game unwatchable. So you can't do that. There has to be a limit on it. And I'm okay with the challenges that they have set up now, the amount of challenges. But I agree with what you're saying, though. What you can challenge maybe needs to be manipulated a little bit. Daniel Warman, I can make better calls from my couch. They have way better tools to get them calls right. Roger Goodell is corrupt. I hope the NFL doesn't turn out like NASCAR. Thanks. Absolutely good to see you, Daniel. Yeah, man. Every year this question is brought to the forefront just a little bit more and a little bit more, to the point now that people are really questioning it. There are many people that I know don't watch football because of the excessive amounts of penalty flags, and the inconsistency in the penalty flags. And these people were die hard fans. I'm talking man caves decked out with Steelers gear, or their favorite team stuff, going to games, just people that do not watch football at any level anymore unless it's like kids, because of the corruption. They believe it's corrupted. And again, I can't argue that it's not. I can't. I can make a better argument that it is. Zach Curry. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know. Froggy Insider. This also happened in Baltimore. Shitty calls when officiating matters most. Last year's AFC Championship game. And who'd you play, Froggy? Who'd you play? Jester Prods. I'm a huge Steeler fans. Busch Gardens fan. Hello, Froggy Insider. Something's gonna come out soon. Something, I swear. It very well could be. Something could very well come out. Something could start to come to the forefront of this. Sleeping Lady in the house. What's up, Sleeping Lady? Chiefs are better and have beaten Bills in the playoffs every time under Mahomes and Allen. It is what it is. I'm not a fan of either team, so to me, it wasn't as bad as the internet's making it. I'm not a fan of either team either, but I will say this. Those calls were wrong. And those two calls that I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the whole game, but those two calls that were made, those were for sure first downs. And those were for sure significant momentum swinging plays. And I can't discount them. I can't overlook them and just say, it was better or not, which team's better or not. Mahomes has Allen's number. You're putting Allen now, at least I am, into that category like I'm putting Lamar into. You can't win the big one, and that is an issue. And I'm not saying the refs have affected every matchup, and I'm not saying the Bills would have won if those calls were different. I'm just saying that the officiating has to be better, and that goes for all teams. It has to be better for every team. Not the Chiefs, not the Bills, not the Steelers, not the Ravens, not any. All teams have to have a very fair shake at things. And I really, truly believe that that's not happening. What's up, Danny George? Wavo's terrible towels from Miss Pittsburgh. Blake, Steelers are not good. Let's eat. Hello, Froggy Insider, the catch by Worthy. It says enough, dude. That was either an interception or an incompletion, period. I believe that was an incompletion. And I say that why? Because if any part of that football touches the ground, especially how blatantly we saw the tip of the football touch the ground, by rule, that is an incomplete pass. I feel like it should have been an incomplete pass. Definitely was not a catch. It was not secured. There was no securing of the football at all whatsoever. It was a play that was fast. When you slow it down, you might be able to say he secured it for a second, but no, it was too bang bang, and there was never any surefire look that showed a secure football in any way. That was definitely an incomplete pass. So there's three calls that I would say. The two calls, the one with, I believe it was Dalton Kincaid, getting that first down that was marked short, and then Josh Allen, that was clearly over by a half yard, marked short, and then the ball being turned over on that, like I said, is a turnover. I don't know how you get it corrected either, Sleeping Lady. I really, really don't, man. It definitely is just some crazy shit, man. I wish I knew. Yeah, there's some botchery. I don't think it matters at the end of the day. We build a team to beat the Chiefs. Yeah, but I think what discourages people, and again, I agree with Sleeping Lady. You know, some of these things, you're just, what do you do? You know what I mean? What do you do? And that's why we have these discussions to maybe hopefully come up with some ideas of what to do. But I know they don't listen to any of us as fans. We're not really valued by the NFL, you know, really at all. But anyway, I don't know what you do. I don't know how it changes. And when you say you got to build a team to beat the Chiefs, I think where fans are discouraged right now is they're like, no matter how good you are, if you don't fit into the NFL narrative or storyline, are you even going to be able to succeed, you know? And I think that's what's in fans' heads, you know? I don't know if I'm right or wrong in my assessment there. I don't know. But it's something that I've definitely been thinking about. Blake, I'm kidding. They're a pretty good team. Dre Mack, Kansas City is now in the face of football. So the NFL makes sure they get all the calls, just like New England. Remember the Brady rule. Yeah, even Tom Brady has admitted that was definitely a fucked up call. Yeah, that was a bad call for sure. We did that. Jester Prods, we should have never sat Fields. He is more mobile, can make middle range throws, steps up in the pocket, and has a good arm and will make the play when you need it. Wilson can't throw across the middle, only deep. I will say this about Justin Fields, man. The deficiencies were huge when he came to the Steelers, and I was a major player in terms of talking about how bad those deficiencies were. But what I did give Justin credit for before he started with the Steelers was this, is that if he comes in and goes to work, he can manage to change himself, start to morph himself into a real pro's pro. And I really felt like Justin busted his ass, man. What he showed on the field and off the field, and what he showed inside of that locker room, in my opinion, of just being gracious, just being a good, solid teammate, and not causing disruption when he really could have. He had a legitimate bitch not to be benched because the man was 4-2, guiding a football team that was getting better and better each week. He had a legit bitch, but he didn't. And I got to say, I hand it to Justin Fields. Now, the question is, does Justin Fields want to return to the Steelers after being benched after going 4-2? Was Justin Fields under the assumption like, hey, this was going to be Russ's year anyway. I came here to sit, to just kind of get my bearings and reset my NFL career. Does Justin have enough faith in the Pittsburgh Steelers coaching staff that they're going to be able to adapt and build a game plan around Justin Fields? Is that something the Steelers coaching staff is even capable of doing? Would we have been better off if we'd have saw a summer filled with Justin Fields being the focal point and Arthur Smith building that offense to be tailor-made for Justin Fields? one will never know. We won't know. We can all speculate, but man, Justin has improved in a major way, and it seems as though the Steelers are interested in bringing Justin Fields back. I don't think Russell Wilson will be brought back. I look for Russell Wilson to end up in Las Vegas like he was speculated to last season. I look for him to go back with Pete Carroll. I look for Justin Fields to sign a team-friendly deal with the Steelers, allowing the Steelers even more cap space to really figure things out and really put a lot of weapons around him. And I think that's the best career path for Justin Fields right now. Why? Because you're playing for a cornerstone franchise. You're playing for a franchise that's always on TV, especially in prime time. It gets you a lot of exposure. You sign a 1 or 2 year deal. Worst case scenario is you play for the Steelers. You get exposed to a lot of TV, fanfare, coaches, different things like that, to where your name is out there in a big, big way, and maybe possibly you move on and go make money somewhere else. Or best case scenario is you win and you become a fucking idol in the city of Pittsburgh, because you know how Pittsburgh Steelers fans are. They will worship Justin Fields if he brings a Lombardi trophy or is relatively competitive inside of the playoffs. They will worship the ground he walks on. Froggy Insider, I want 20 good years with no dynasties and no ref boyfriends. Mason says, should the Steelers keep Pickens? I don't think the answer is yes. I think when the owner's sitting there saying that guy needs to grow in a major way, and what we saw from George Pickens throughout the season and the way he loafs, guys, do yourselves a favor. Look on YouTube. It's very simple to do. Look up all 22 of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense. You'll find it all over the place. People will do videos on it all the time. You watch George Pickens and you watch him play in, play out as much as you possibly can. Do yourself a favor. You can buy yourself a membership and get the all 22 tape. Do that. Watch George. And then you tell me whether the Steelers should bring him back or not. Because I'm going to tell you the answer, I believe, should be no. Matt Burton, I blame the Bills coaches for calling the same play in short yardage situations. Yeah, that was wrong. I agree. I really think that they fouled up in that situation. I mean, damn, light bulb should have came on and said, the Chiefs said all week Josh Allen likes to go to the left side when he runs the football on the modified tush push. It ain't even the tush push. The quarterback sneak of Josh Allen. He likes to go to the left. They kept running it. Maybe do something to where Josh steps to the left but goes back to the right. Maybe you open something up there. And I kept screaming last night at the TV, and it's something I get frustrated with the Steelers about too. The Bills down there in those situations, the Chiefs know exactly what they're planning on doing the way they line up. Why not spread it out? You have running backs that are doing really well. Put Josh Allen in the shotgun, in the pistol. Put him in sidecar with Cook or whatever that other back's name is. Put one of them in the backfield with him. Spread out the defense, giving yourself a little bit better opportunity down there close to the end zone to possibly have Josh Allen run it in there if that's what you're trying to do. Have one of the running backs run it in there. Run a read option. Do something a little bit different down there instead of the same play continually over and over. And that is the definition of insanity. Sorry, I'm back. My brother slapped me and made my nose bleed. Oh, man, dude. You got rocked. Just gun smoke. Because the NFL is a play. Hope everyone is having a good evening. That's from Zah. Get him. Daniel, players get fined $7,500 for throwing the ball into the stands. Why not fine the refs the same for each bad call? Money talks. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I agree, sleeping lady. I agree. Fields did say the coaching staff difference was night and day. Fields deserves a chance. Russ got this year to start the whole year. I would love to see what Justin could do with the whole season. Again, I thought he put the work in and improved. He wasn't turning the ball over. That's what plagued him in Chicago. He wasn't fumbling. He wasn't throwing interceptions. Yeah, everybody has some turnovers. Guys, we can't expect these people to be absolutely fucking perfect. It's a game. There's going to be bad things that happen. But Justin really stepped his game up in terms of what he was doing in Chicago to what he was doing in Pittsburgh. It was definitely night and day difference. He was protecting the football. He was starting to really understand, I think, the complexities of NFL defenses at a different level as opposed to what he was doing in Chicago. I think he was starting to really comprehend the speed and anticipation of the game instead of trying to carry the Chicago franchise on his back week in and week out. He was in Pittsburgh, and I feel like he felt a little bit less of the pressure than he did in Chicago. Jim Harbaugh saved Mike Tomlin's job. Jason, you wonder why players don't give their full effort? It's pretty easy and simple. They only play for money. They don't give an absolute shit for anything else. I see it as a loser's mentality. Yeah, money definitely changes people, man. Definitely. And it definitely, I think, hinders some of the effort sometimes because some of these guys are like, look, dude, I'm just getting a paycheck. I don't got to give a shit. Let's just get through the season. I'll be good enough to be a pro, and that's it. A lot of players are like that. I don't know. Maybe we're reading too much into it, but I think so. I think it's true. Lorraine says Steelers need to clean house. Yeah, but according to Art, they're going to have some very minimal, small changes, maybe. You're not getting a new offensive coordinator. You're not getting a new defensive coordinator. You're not getting the biggest part of the problem, Mike Tomlin. You're not getting a new head coach. What's the best case scenario that can happen? What, you get rid of Pat Meyer? Probably not. He's tight buddies with Mike. Probably not. Pat sucks. What happened to the Steelers linemen of old where they really moved around and the schematics looked noticeable? It looked like something you could really tell that they worked on each and every week, that they really busted their ass. You don't see that anymore. All right, guys, I need you to double tap that screen, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only here on Mike Drop Sports. I'm your host, Jason. As always, we are here each and every single day, diving into football content. Again, like, share, subscribe if you're not already. I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Join the conversation here at Mike Drop Sports. We truly appreciate that. Miss P, let's go. Absolutely, guys. Listen to Miss P. Hit that like button for the best show in the universe. It's free, guys. It's absolutely free. I need 3 more of you to double tap that screen real quick. Hit us up to 30 here early in the live stream. Get us up to 30 likes, and let's get on the road to 100 here. Sleeping Lady, Steelers probably going to lose both quarterbacks. For one, do you see them paying Fields what a desperate team like the Browns will likely offer? No, I don't. And that, I think, is the variable that a lot won't take into account. But what you're hoping for, Sleeping Lady, with Justin Fields is this. If the quarterback landscape plays out the way I think it will, I think Justin Fields is the only intelligent option, the only real move that the Pittsburgh Steelers have currently. The only real solid move that I think secures them a little bit for 2025 because you're not getting it done through the draft. You don't have significant enough draft capital to get it done. But what I really think you have to hope for from Justin is that he thinks outside of the money game a little bit and says to himself, where do I make the most money long term? Where can I make the best career for myself in terms of longevity, in terms of a loyal franchise, in terms of a franchise that's going to be consistently okay? And that has to be the Steelers over some of these other teams that'll just pay through the nose. And what Justin also has to realize is when teams become desperate, like you speak of inside of your comments, Sleeping Lady, they're overpaying for more than just the quarterback. And they put themselves into a cap bind, into a financial hell, creating issues along the roster. And that becomes an issue after a while. And Justin has to hopefully understand all that, and I hope that he has the proper representation that understands all that and explains to him all of the variables at play when you're trying to decide your future. And I understand sometimes the short-term money grab might be beneficial, but you can't take a chance if you're Justin Fields to go back to another situation that was as bad as Chicago was and to further tarnish your reputation, because Justin Fields is on those last couple tries before he's relegated to become a backup for the rest of his career. And I think he knows that, and I think we all understand that. And I think that's something that has to really be in his head, really be in his mind. All right, guys, double tap that screen, hit that like button for us, share the show, send us out into that YouTube algorithm. Let's keep talking football here. Jester Pods, Pickens is amazing, but has emotion issues. If we can get an offensive leader, Adam Thielen, on the field, or he's saying like Adam Thielen on the field, he can help guide George to a better future, because if George leaves, he will probably end up like AB. And yeah, that's on George though too. And I agree with you, Jester. You know, you want somebody that can hopefully navigate him through some of the muddy waters that he is in. But I think a lot of it is the character issues, and I don't know if just a veteran player is going to fix that. I just feel like his character issues run deep in terms of being just a guy that kind of lows when things aren't going his way. And I think that's something that would be really hard to get out of a player. Miss Pittsburgh, wave that terrible towel. Pickens is too dumb, no offense. Yeah, I think Pickens is an idiot. And again, guys, I don't think that he was really meaning anything by when they asked him, are you optimistic about the offense next season? And he said, nah. He didn't know what optimistic meant. He didn't. Sorry, I'm telling the truth. You want truth? You come to Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Sorry about losing to the Ravens. That's from Andrew. Don't matter to me, man. I'd like to see them win, but hey, it is what it is. Benji, Kansas City Chiefs are the best. They beat the Bills. When does the Super Bowl start? 2 weeks from this weekend, man. No, it's in 2 weeks. Yeah, it's always 2 weeks. You get a 2-week break. So you'll have this dead week, and then you'll have Super Bowl week. Super Bowl week will be where you go media row. You have all the interviews. You're there. But this week, they'll be preparing. They'll be practicing. They'll be getting all their real game prep in this week. That's how that all works, guys. True alpha noob. I love how everyone keeps calling the Eagles trash, but yet they're in the Super Bowl. Shaking my head. That's just crazy talk. I don't know who's calling the Eagles trash. We're not calling the Eagles trash. You've never heard that here, true alpha noob. So I'm not sure where you're hearing that from. Maybe you should be more selective on where you get your news and what you listen to. Maybe you should turn your knob a little bit less and maybe find some people that are giving you some truth. The Eagles are not bad. The Eagles are a good football team. The Eagles can run the ball really, really well. And if they go in with that mindset that they are going to run against the Chiefs and they are going to run no matter what, they will be successful. They will hoist that Lombardi trophy, but they can't get out of their game plan. But they have to have some wrinkles in there with Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts cannot play this Super Bowl game and remain dormant with his arm throughout the ball game. He's going to have moments to where he hits some big plays to Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. He's going to have to come up big in some situation. He cannot lay back and just rely on Saquon. Also, though, Jalen is a real big part of that run game too. But they are going to have to really emphasize that run, but yet know that Jalen Warren is going to have packages that he is going to be, Jalen Hurts, sorry, not Jalen Warren, packages that he is going to be able to be successful delivering the football downfield in critical moments. Giants are kicking themselves for letting Barkley go, but the Eagles are really kicking themselves for letting Andy Reid go. You know who should be kicking themselves that nobody even talks about? That nobody says a fucking word about? Is that the Buffalo Bills traded their pick with Patrick Mahomes on the board to the Kansas City Chiefs, who selected one Patrick Mahomes. Why does nobody talk about that? They all talk about Mitchell Trubisky getting drafted by the Bears at the top. Yeah, that was a fuck up. But who really fucked up? The Bills had a chance to have Patrick Mahomes. So did the Steelers that year. So did a lot of teams. No, the Steelers didn't, I don't think. Who am I thinking the Steelers had a chance? Oh, the Steelers had a chance of getting Jalen Hurts. They passed on him too. Who'd they take then? Najee or Edmonds or somebody? I don't even know. I can't remember. Yeah, it kind of messes up teams sometimes because when they come back, they forget how to play and forgot what the hell they were doing. Yeah, it's a long time, man. It's a big break. You got to be ultra focused, and that's what's going to give the Chiefs the edge in this Super Bowl. They've been there, done that, have the fucking T-shirt, my friends. They know how to navigate media week. They know how to navigate this first week leading up the media week. They know how to get it done, man. All right, guys, I need you to double tap that screen, hit that like button for us here, send us out into that YouTube algorithm. It's absolutely fucking free to hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get 100 likes here on the live stream. We're always chasing that. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Join the conversation each and every day here at Mike Drop Sports. Natalie, don't know what that means, Natalie, but hello. I want to be a ref, not because I think it's fun, but because watching these refs makes me want to vomit. Yeah, it makes me sick too. Alfonso, you say Chicago? Funny. I say Chicago. Chicago. Inger, yes. He's talking to Froggy. Crunch Daniels, quit talking about sports ball and stack 10 bands. You can throw 10 bands into your boy. I'm down. Devin Burkett, if the six-time Super Bowl champion Pittsburgh Steelers can get a franchise quarterback, we will be back to hoist the Lamar Hunt trophies and Super Bowls. But we won't be getting one this year. Nope, you're right, Devin. Alfonso, we won't talk about it. Your comments are just dumb. West Philly Black in the house. Eagles have the best roster man for man in the NFL and will win the Super Bowl. They have a damn good roster, top to bottom. I don't know if they win the Super Bowl. I hope that they don't get outside of what they do best. That's what you hope, man. Because the Chiefs can be beat. Go Birds from Mila. Chase Anderson, I feel we can run with Fields, but need to get rid of GP and get a couple real good wide receivers and maybe a backup running back for Warren. I think they're going to get somebody in the draft, running back-wise. I do believe so. I think they work on the defensive front and maybe the wide receiver room again. I think, guys, honestly, what's going to be the real telltale sign of how the Steelers have been doing here during the Omar Khan era, the Andy Weidel era, I believe is here over the next year, probably maybe two. Seeing how this offensive line really gets set into place here and how this is all going to work out for them across the offensive front. That's going to tell the tale of how Andy and Omar have really been doing here. That's really going to be the big one, man. And again, without those guys up front, you can't do anything. Is going to rebuild. There's too many problems to do anything else, but don't worry about it. Art Rooney doesn't know what the word of a rebuild means. The Steelers don't need to be in a rebuild, and I think that, and I understand what you're saying, Inger, because, listen, a lot of franchises use that term. A lot of fans use that term rebuild. You don't have to go tear down rebuild. I think you're always in a rebuild. You're always in that mode. And I think you should always live in that mode as a franchise. You should never get out of a so-called rebuild. You're constantly having to replenish the cupboard if you're an NFL football team. There's free agency, there's injuries, there's retirements, there's trades. There's so many things going on in terms of player movement that you can't afford to not be constantly rebuilding. And I think that's the real issue. And I think a lot of fans, though, overuse the term rebuild. You don't have to totally rebuild anything. What you're doing is constantly reevaluating and looking how you can get your roster better. And that has to be your focus each and every day, regardless if you have a Super Bowl winning roster or not. You constantly have to be doing that evaluation each and every day. Pitt needs go defense first in the draft. I think they need some defensive front, but here's something, Mila, that I don't think the Steelers have to do. They need a real true nose tackle, and I don't think you got to do that in the first round of the NFL draft. And I'm not sure that any of the first round type talents at nose tackle would be available when the Steelers pick. I don't know. I haven't looked at it in depth enough yet to give you that solid answer. But I think the Steelers can get a true nose tackle somewhere a little bit later in the draft, even possibly through free agency, something like that. But that has to be their key focus, is getting a nose tackle this offseason. That will really help that defense in a major way, more than I think fans appreciate. All right, guys, we need some more of you to double tap that screen, hit that like button for us here on Steel City Live, only on Mic Drop Sports. We truly, truly appreciate it. Let's try to get to 100 likes here on the live stream, as we always do. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm by sharing the show and liking the show. Art Rooney ain't the one rebuilding. It's Omar Khan or Mike Tomlin. It should be a group effort, Froggy, and I see what you're saying. It's their job to do it, and I see that. But it should be a group effort. The franchise everybody has to be involved in that process. The scouting department has to be ultra excited and really be fired up about their job, man. Because that means so much to a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, who don't usually become big players in the free agency market. Usually don't go out there and make any splash type moves out there with trades or free agency. And they typically rely on the draft to supplement their roster year in and year out. And you got to be excited. You got to have a lot of fire in that room, man. Maybe they don't have that right now. I don't know. Sorry, guys, my chat moved down. I don't even know where I'm at. William Adderley, go Birds. Do I like the Chiefs? No, I don't like any team other than the Steelers, but I talk about any other team, and I talk about them fairly. And I think that that's where a lot of fans from other teams should come and watch the channel and join our conversation, because I'm going to give you honest takes about it, because I don't have a dog in the fight there at all. And I'm going to tell you the truth about your football team. Do I think the Chiefs are exceptional? Abso-freaking-lutely. But do I think they can be beat? Absolutely. Al on the prowl, next couple of years, we should be looking for a lockdown corner. I think you have that in Joey Porter Jr. I think he's got to develop still, guys. The guy's only been in the league for 2 seasons. Only played really a little over 1 full season of football. At the NFL level. And guys, you got to remember this about rookies too. Very few rookies come out and just set the world on fire. These guys are not used to playing 17-game seasons. Think about that too. They've spent years of their life playing 10 to 12 games, 14 games, max maybe, throughout their career. Look at this. They're playing 17 regular season, 3 preseason, and how many playoff games can you play? That's a lot of football, man. And that takes some time for your body to get used to. That's just not something that usually happens like that. And I think we discount that a lot as fans. We're like, oh, we want this rookie to play tomorrow, first snap, and they got to play all season, and they got to be the best. That's crazy expectations. That's crazy talk. What's up, Veda? It's Davis. The 777 is the world's largest. Oh my God. Tony Birds fan here. Froggy, Mike Tomlin ain't involved at all, if I'm gonna be quite honest with you. No, the problem is, Froggy, he's too involved in a lot of stuff, and I think that might be the problem. I think he needs to be more of an overseer and less of a micro fucking manager is what I think he needs to do. But I may be wrong. I'm not in that building, guys. And honestly, the Steelers only tell these media people what they want them to know. They don't got no real scoops. I had to take a piece of candy, man. I need a little something in my mouth tonight. Trap 23. I pray the draft has promise like it did in 24-25 draft, because we did draft some good players. I also hope Roman Wilson can play next year. Guys, don't sleep on Roman Wilson yet. Give him another season here. Remember Calvin? He didn't play either his rookie year. And he had a phenomenal year. Tony asks, what do I think about the Birds? I think they're a solid football team that could potentially win a Super Bowl here. They have a real shot, man. But again, they got to do what they do best. Run. Za, it should be a good draft. Omar Khan artist cooked. Let's see what the Khan artist can cook up. God darn it. Let's keep going. Yes, he is. Will a Super Bowl ring fit on Kenny Pickett's small hands? His hands are too small for a championship ring. That's from Devin Burkett. Yeah, kitten mittens might be end up being down in the Guinness Book of World Records, or the NFL record book rather, for the ring makers, Jostens. I think it's Jostens, whoever makes them. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of high school fucking rings or something. Jostens. I don't know who makes them, but anyway. Um, Maybe they're gonna hold the record for world's smallest ring ever made in the NFL, because Kenny Kitten Mittens, he's got some small hands, like baby hands. Like his hands are probably like that big. Take the top of mine out, like from here down. That's probably his hands. Let's go to the best show in the universe is right here. Absolutely. Listen to Miss Pittsburgh, guys. She's Miss P, man. Double tap that screen. Light that like button up. Hit that like button up. Beat the shit out of it. Send us out to that YouTube algorithm. I need 4 more of you to reach 50 likes. I need 4 of you to double tap that screen. Get us up to 50 here as we are chasing 100 like we always do. 4 more of you. Double tap that screen for me. Or you have 3 little white dots up in the right-hand corner of your screen. You can hit like that way also. And share the show, man. And if you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you are waiting for. Thank you, Steelers Prod 149. I appreciate that, man. Do you have a channel? Is that why you're called Steelers Production 149? Oh, also, shit. I just talked to, I think his name's Brian. I don't want to say his name wrong. I think they call him Big B over at Steelers Almighty. So go check him out also, guys. We are going to go over there. I'm going to be part of a Steelers year in review show. I believe that's how they worded it, how Big B worded it over there. So I've never talked to him, never met him personally, just through email. So I'm excited to go over there with that group and talk football and give you guys a season-ending review of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think it's going to be something really, really fun. Once I get all the show details and everything and some links and all that stuff, I will be sure to post it on our community section so you guys can go over there and help support their channels, whoever's involved. I don't know who all is going to be involved. I just know I was invited, so I'm going to roll over there and talk some football with those guys. And what's better than getting with a group of fellas and talking ball, man. I think it'll be a really good show, a really fun show. So definitely always down to go hang out with some other creators and get some things done in terms of making some content, football content. So you guys be on the lookout for that. That should be January 30th. Again, I have to wait for some details here. And I'll promote it a little bit here, man, for sure, and get some hype from you guys. And hopefully the Mic Drop crew can have a monster showing over there when we're on that channel. Anytime I've ever went on another channel, which has only been, I think, one time, maybe twice, we've always had a good showing. We've always had the Mafia travel really well. So make sure when we do that, I want you guys to be lighting up the chat, really talking it up, supporting Mic Drop Sports and what everybody else got going on too. So I truly appreciate that. So be on the lookout for that stuff. So new and exciting things coming from your folks here at Mic Drop Sports. Mike Tomlin does the same shit every game, and he sees it's not working, so why the hell would he stay on it? Very good question I got for you. Yeah, dude, I don't know why. I've asked that question so much, why he blatantly can see what's going on. And that's going to be another interesting thing that I'm curious to seeing too, Inger. When I do go do a year in review with other people that talk Steelers, what their thoughts are on Mike Tomlin and how he has been able to stay the Steelers head coach for so long without adjusting, really. And this year, really badly not adjusting. Really badly watching this football team suffer week in and week out schematically. and what their answers are and what their ideas are on that. It's going to be interesting to talk about because I really don't have a definitive answer why a guy that's getting paid $14.5 million per season stands there and has to recognize the deficiencies that are on the football field each and every week, but yet continually wheels the same product out there without any adjustments schematically. And he can sit up there and blow smoke up your ass as a fan and say they do adjust. I watch the game in detail each and every single week. There aren't adjustments. They run the same shit week in, week out. They lack creativity. They lack pre-snap movements and motions. They lack everything offensively, and defensively ain't much better, just to let you know. Just in my opinion, JPJ isn't the answer. That's from Al on the Prowl. Yeah, a lot of people thought JPJ had a rough year. Definitely Al. Trap 23, youngin'. And speaking of corners, I hope Ryan Watts, who we drafted as well, can play too, because he did show some promise with helping our secondary maybe. Yeah, I think he'll be more of a safety at the NFL level, Trap. I don't foresee him to be that cornerback. I just don't know yet. I don't think he will be. I think he'll play more safety than anything. Froggy Insider, I think the Ravens should also consider firing Harbs. We have had the best team in the NFL so many times, but have gotten stopped at unreasonable points. If we had an Andy Reid, we'd have 3 more Super Bowls. I don't know if I'd say your team has been the best team in the NFL. You look at the defensive struggles you had here in 2024 up until very late in the season. You look at the special team struggles you had up until very late in the season. I don't know if you had the best team. I think you had a very good team. And you have a quarterback that he's Josh Allen's in this category too. It's just not Lamar that can't win the big game. And that's a problem. So how much of that is on Harbaugh? You watch him more than I do, Froggy. I don't know how much of that is on Harbaugh. I don't know. But man, there's some contributing factors there. Steelers will get there one day for Miss Pittsburgh. Make sure you're waving that terrible towel for Miss P. Sleeping Lady. We should get the expensive positions in the first round. Quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver, etc. Getting defense in the first round to me and our position makes no sense. We need offensive leverage and real playmakers to score. And again, Sleeping Lady brings up a really valuable point. You are in a league that's driven by the rules, by the way this thing all goes, by offense, by scoring. And to be in an offensive-driven league and to be so blinded and ultra-focused defensively like Mike Tomlin is, it's kind of a travesty, man, and it's kind of stupid and pointless. And I understand Mike Tomlin's roots are in the defensive side of the ball, but you got to recognize that as the head coach, you have to be the head guy, the CEO, the guy that manages everything. And you really have to put some emphasis into that offensive side of the ball. And you have to start bringing in people on the offensive side of the ball that don't have the same opinions that you do. You want to create a diverse group of people in that offensive room that are going to start to make them think, start to be creative, start to ruffle some feathers and not have the same old bullshit each and every single year. King, LOL, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights in the house. What's up, Daniel Barry? Just like Jerry Jones, is that a problem up there in Dallas from Miss P? King says Eagles. Froggy Insider, who else agrees the Browns shouldn't be allowed in the AFC North? The Browns are horrible, but guess who was the Browns? It's the Ravens. They were the Browns. I got to throw that in your face all the time. What's up, Bears fans? Yeah, I'd hate to be a Bears fan, man. Well, let's see if Ben Johnson can turn it around. You know what I fear about Ben Johnson going to the Chicago Bears? Is that they are going to ruin a promising career of a young, innovative guy in Ben Johnson. I don't think you're going to... Kevin, I think it's going to just be... There's talk. We're hearing about it a little bit. Then you figure here in a few weeks, you'll feel it. They'll get it done here in the next couple months. What's up, T Money 712 or 721? The Steelers freaking sucked from King. Yeah, they weren't too great this year. Bears, run, Eagles, run. Yes, Miss P, I agree. Froggy Insider, handshake with Kenny is like saying to your cat, or yeah, Kenny, kitten mittens. Get Kenny a bowl of milk for the Super Bowl, baby. Oh, that'd be funny. Somebody needs to do that when he has media availability. When they go up there and they do their media shit on the media row, they need to have him a little bowl there and say, "Hey, Jason from Mike Drop Sports calls you Kenny Kitten Mittens because your hands are that of a little freaking child." Note to self: never draft a QB who wears gloves to throw and has the smallest hands ever for a quarterback. Yes, duly noted, my friend, sleeping lady. Go Eagles from Jimmy. You can see what Juju did. Yeah, Juju had a big game last night. He did pretty well. Ravens run the North. I don't know. Eager, I give you shout out all the damn time, dude. Steelers suck. They need a new head coach. Sleeping lady. Chiefs look like they got a whole other bag of tricks if needed to win this game. When Eagles can't score like they're used to and they ain't in their stadium, they will fall hard. Yeah, you never know, man. I think it's going to be a good Super Bowl. I think if the refs don't fuck it up. All right, I'm going to call you Inger, man. Jimmy Barkley going to run all over KC. Yeah, the only way you're hoisting a Lombardi trophy for the city of Philadelphia is by Barkley having a monster game. What about the Eagles fans? We got a lot of Eagles fans in here, actually. We have a lot usually. Jimmy says 55 points. Who are you saying 55 points? Oh, dude, they're not scoring 55 on KC, Jimmy. You might as well get that out of your head, bro. That ain't going to happen, man. Daniel Warman says, I would let Justin Fields go into next season as the starter, then let him air it out in the preseason. A free agent quarterback is not the answer. Thanks, bless you all. Yeah, and if he is going to be the answer, you got to find it out real fucking quick and in a hurry. You know what I mean? Put him out there and let him go. Let him see what he got. Don't limit him. God, my chat just went super crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Where I was. Oh, there we are. Ravens are limited by their QB and the scheme he needs to have to be successful. Yeah, I just think he's a guy who can't win a big game. Buckeye prods. The Browns defense deserve a spot. The stupid Ravens took our team, and we were so good. We never deserved that. We need to keep working to build a better team. The Browns, yeah, they got moved to Cleveland. Whether that was fair or not, whether it was right or wrong, that's what happened. And then the Browns are just stuck in perpetual hell, and I think it's the ownership, man, to be honest. Refs are going to win the Super Bowl. Yeah, they might as well just be like, the 2025 winner of the Super Bowl is Taylor Swift. Come on down, Taylor. Kiss that sticky Lombardi. That's what it feels like, doesn't it? All right, guys, I need you to double tap the shit out of that screen. Beat the shit out of that like button for me. Send us out into that YouTube algorithm here on Steel City Live. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you are waiting for. Join the conversation each and every day here on the channel. I'm your host, as always, the hostess with the mostest. Let's keep going. Hold up. I just got here. Hardball what? Hello, everybody. Somebody was saying something about Fire Harbs. I think it was Froggy. I forgot Lamar isn't going to be the MVP. It's going to be the best player on the Chiefs officiating crew. He's great, man. He put up the most points in the league. Actually, sadly, you know what's crazy? They try to cover it up. They call a lot of penalties on the Chiefs offense. Go back and look at that. They do. But look at the moments that the Chiefs get their penalties. That's the telltale sign. Yeah, that wasn't even a 4th and 1, Nicholas. That was a 4th and a half inch. It was like that much probably. More than a half inch, but that's about all they needed to get. Like half of a football. Mike Tomlin lives in his fears, baby. What's up, Saeem? Roughing the passer on the Eagles is called already. From Jimmy, go Ravens. Chiefs suck, go Ravens. From Lamarvius. What's up, Lamarvelous? I think I said your name wrong. You heard what Art Rooney said about keeping GP? Yeah, he said he needs to grow, but he didn't say like they're definitively keeping him. Jamal, what they said was is that he needs to grow. He didn't say like, oh, we're keeping GP. He said that we like George, but we got to see him grow. And I don't know if that's a sign or somebody's. I don't know if I read into that by and say, hey, they're keeping him. I would use him as trade bait. All right, guys, we've been going for a little over 60 minutes. I didn't know, so if I didn't get to your comments, sorry, man. We usually only stream for 1 hour, so thank you for joining us. We'll be back again tomorrow. We don't want to waste all our talk in one day, but we'll be back tomorrow again. Thank you so much. Don't forget, January 30th, I'll be doing that review over on Steelers Almighty, Steelers Year in Review. So make sure you check that out. I'll post all the details when I can. But you guys, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all liking the show, joining us during our live stream. And again, all the new subscribers, welcome. We truly appreciate it. So until tomorrow, I'm Jason. It's Mike Drop Sports and the show Steel City Live. Peace, my friends. See you.